Hi there, I'm James Spiro and this is Tech Tel Aviv. I'm joined now with Inbal Perlman, a partner at Tau Ventures. Inbal, hi.
Hi, James.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Sure.
Talk to me first a bit about Tau Ventures and what you folks do specifically, please.
Sure. So Tel Ventures is Tel Aviv University's venture capital fund. We were founded in 2018, and we're a regular VC structure. We have LPs from around the world with $70 million under management across 2 funds. And we invest the first check in early stage companies across multiple sectors. And we empower the startups that we work with an ecosystem, really taking academia, industry, and the entrepreneurs themselves.
Okay, thank you. Sounds great. Obviously, it's been 101 days since October 7. The world kind of changed. Israel changed. What's the investment space been like since then, both kind of locally and internationally?
So it's a great question. We've been through quite a patch, I think, both nationally and in the industry. And we're seeing that there is obviously less capital right now. But investment-wise, it's a great opportunity for active funds in the spaces that we're in. We actually been selected to the most active fund last year, and we're seeing this now also in the companies that we work with. And the investment space has changed in that if seed rounds used to be 5 to 10 million, now they're back to normal. So the 1 to 3 million size is focusing on a leaner budget, financial planning to 18 and 24 months. And we're looking at understanding that the key hires and the core needs of the company are what matters. So you'd see a founder now actually doing the sales with their bare hands, looking at the need rather than just like the bigger numbers that we saw in the past.
Right, the 2021 kind of the $20 million seeds and all of that. Specifically, what are some of the challenges that founders may face nowadays, and what advice would you give to some of those young companies, given the change that the country's seen?
So I'll start by saying that I think the determination and the strength that Israeli founders are demanded of is unparalleled on a global scale. It's something that is really unique for the Israeli ecosystem, and currently what we're seeing is that it is harder to raise capital, many employees on reserves, and that impacts the milestones that companies set originally. And this requires both adaptation, whether we're looking at the financial planning, at the contingency plans, and it requires also a new set of milestones and for founders to be creative. And I think that if I were to look at a company right now and speak, into the eyes of the founder, a lot of the very difficult circumstances are leading to stress. We're already in a very complex and stressful environment, and things are hard. But sometimes I sense that founders don't want to show vulnerability or don't want to speak about the struggles they're facing. And I think the more investors know what you're going through and your partners, and giving them a chance to understand the struggle, they can help you overcome it. And that's something that we do to really understand how we can overcome this period. It means communicating your struggles openly.
Okay, that's amazing. That's great advice. Thank you. Now, obviously, Tau Ventures, as you said, comes out of Tel Aviv University.
Yeah.
It's a bit different from traditional VCs. Can we talk a bit about the synergy that you have between VCs and academia? What does that look like?
Absolutely. I think that in the context of the objective challenges that we just spoke about, the business momentum for startups right now is key, and being Tel Aviv University's VC enables us that game changer support. So if you're looking at the connection, first of all, human capital, many employees are on reserve, so we can bring interns within the university for free for a long time, and that supports startups, which is so important right now. We're also seeing that in office space. So we have 1,000 square meter space where startups can sit with us, and they're actually a part of the ecosystem of the fund and Tau Ventures. And lastly, I think the most important thing is design partners and the efficient and fast connections, leveraging the network of Tel Aviv University and the whole academia and industry connection that for us is a big part of our strategy and support.
Inbal, it sounds like you folks definitely have a whole infrastructure in place, ready to tackle on the tackle the problems straight on. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, James.
And I wish you all the best. I can't wait to hear next year how everything's been overcome, and we'll touch base then.
Thank you.